Hey guys, good morning. This morning was a pretty early one, and then we all kind of went back to sleep. We were up about 6:45 to feed Everly, and then we all kind of laid back down. So resting was pretty good. This morning we are making eggs. Emmy knows how to crack, so I'm teaching her how to scramble. So she cracks, she's scrambling. She's very into, actually both of them are, but she's mostly into like baking, cooking shows. She loves watching the kids bake off shows and stuff like that. I guess I used to like watching those things too until I became an adult and had to cook for myself, and now I'm just like, the easier the better. I do some from scratch recipes, but not a whole lot. So anyway, I used up the last of my little diced ham pieces. 9 eggs for our breakfast this morning. I had 6 biscuits, frozen biscuits, left in the big freezer, so I'm baking up those in my air fryer. I don't know how they're going to turn out, but we're doing that. This shirt is old from, I want to say Target. I bought it when we went on the cruise in, oh my gosh, 2017 now, which is crazy. It's been almost 3 years. But yeah, it's nice and big and flowy because I feel super like bloated and gross. So that's how today is gonna go. So it really just depends on how you like your eggs. That's about how we eat our eggs. Scrambled eggs can be like a tiny bit, not runny, but like shiny where you still see shine, or they can be a hard scrambled where they're completely cooked and you don't see any shine.
You want me to turn it off?
Yes, you can turn it off. Thank you, baby. So anyway, that's what our day is. We haven't decided really what we're doing today, if we're going to go anywhere, run a few errands or not. We'll see. We're in the front yard. I'm watching the girls do their bikes and scooters and all kinds of stuff. They're okay, good. Maddie was on her bike, now she's on her scooter. Autumn was on her bike, now she's taking a water break sitting next to me. Emmy was on her scooter, now she's getting her bike. So they just all, and then what I do, depending on how many cars are around us, I just give them parameters, boundaries to where they can and cannot go, and I just scan back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to make sure I know. And then when there's a car, we have a signal that, well, it's not like a signal, but if I yell car, every single one of them has to yell car back at me, so I know that they heard me. If Emmy sees a car, she does it, and then we each say car. If somebody doesn't say car, we say it again just to make sure, because I mean, we don't have a ton of traffic right here, but there's enough traffic of just people going in and out that they have to be careful. I think honestly, since this whole COVID quarantine thing started, people have been, I know this sounds crazy, but people have been even more careful driving in neighborhoods because there have been there has been way more kids and people, families. Yeah, it's on the table, Mama. You want some of Mommy's? Okay, you can have some of Mommy's. You're welcome. People have been way more careful than they ever have been, like rounding corners and coming up and down the street because of all the kids and stuff outside. So I'm grateful for that, but we still can't be too careful. So it just depends on, like right now I'm sitting up here in the shade because it's hot, which is why this one is out already. You done? Because she's sweating. She stuck that water bottle. Emmy's having a hard time using her bike because she stuck a water bottle. Because those spoke things are really cool, but when she's in particular is going really fast, they stay towards the end of the wheel. So she put a water bottle by her wheel. I can hear it. Hear it? Kind of sounds like a lawnmower. That's cool. It sounds cool though. Is it hard? Is it hard to go with it? Yes. There has to be a better way to do it. No, you need your helmet if you're going to use your bike. Go get your helmet. Autumn, helmet. Oh, you're putting your bike up. Okay. Somebody suggested putting the bucket in these big planters. You can see how large they are. They were expensive planters, so we're not going to, although it's a great idea to put concrete in here with the poles for the lights, which we still have not moved yet. Somebody else suggested hanging them by the fence, and I think that's a great idea too. So I don't know, we're weighing our options, but I think this is a super great idea and will give me way more room to plant flowers and stuff out here, so we're about to move it. This thing is heavy, y'all, heavy. Oh my gosh. Super heavy. Think we're gonna be able to get it?
Huh?
Think we're gonna be able to get it?
I've had it before, but when it was just like people like with the sun, it's probably worse.
Ready?
Yeah. Turn it. Hold on, turn it.
Okay. That was not smart. Ready?
Around so.
How'd you get this off?
I think we are using the ladder when we're on the ladder.
Shout out to whoever suggested this. Great idea. We've had a very lazy day. We did the front, fixed the bricks, need to put the soil in it, and all we did was move the pot over here, which is totally fine because we've had a busy few, like a week or so. We were going to go to the nursery. We didn't go to the nursery, and I didn't go do my eyebrows or my toes or anything like that. So we've just been laying around, which has been really nice, honestly, because yeah, just go, not even go, just like having stuff to do every single day. It's nice to just take a little bit of a breather. So anyway, we just watched movies and chilled all day. Now I'm making dinner. You guys know I'm trying to use up what we have within reason. Like I said yesterday, the day before, I don't even remember when I talked about it. I don't want to use up every single thing that we have. I like to have a large enough stock to where I don't have to go spend $1,000 because we've eaten all our food. But at the same time,
She sent my cup.
Did she?
Yes. It was the purple one.
Just grab another one. Let her have that one.
Okay.
Never share with a kid that backlashes. So dinner for tonight, we had that chicken I showed you guys. The 5-pound thing of chicken. Actually, I don't even know where my other chicken was from. Maybe Costco. They were huge breasts, and they were so difficult to work with. You had to butterfly them just to cook them, and then you could even butterfly the butterfly, so like fourth them, and they were still super thick. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't recommend them, but I kind of don't recommend them. You know what I'm saying? If you like thick chunk, they would take like 2 days to thaw out. So I would either have to boil them or put them in the Instant Pot or throw them in the microwave or something. They just were kind of a pain in the butt. So anyway, the ones that I got from, I think these are from Walmart, just the little 5-pound bag. The other one I believe was a 10 or 20-pound bag. But the 5-pound bag was like perfect. The chicken, ooh, the chicken was a decent size. Like each breast was small, like easy to work with. Nothing super crazy. So now, ooh, this is hot. Oh, it's hot. For dinner, I decided, of course, they were frozen, so I decided to make chicken Alfredo because it's what I had. I had a box of linguine pasta, and I had an Alfredo sauce and the chicken. So what I did was, because I typically don't like like for something as flavorful as chicken Alfredo, I really don't like just having plain chicken. So what I did was I put it in frozen in a stock pot, just like a smaller stock pot, and I threw a whole bunch of flavoring in there. I threw some Better Than Bouillon beef stew or something like that. Better Than Bouillon. I threw in some chicken bouillon. I threw in parsley, oregano, basil, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper, and just made it my own like stock. So now I'm letting this cool down because I threw in a lot of seasoning in it to flavor the chicken, and I don't want that seasoning to go to waste, you know. So what I'm doing, and what I think is a great way to use that, is I'm gonna let it cool down, and I'm going to freeze it. Pop that baby in the freezer, because I do have some canned, I have I think I have like 3 or 4 cans of chicken broth left that I bought from Costco, and I won't buy those again because they're not super flavorful. They don't give really anything. I think I would rather buy the Better Than Bouillon and make my own from like this kind of in the future. So once those are gone, they're gone. And I have 1 boxed beef broth. Sometimes I need those for recipes and stuff, but like I said, if I have the Better Than Bouillon, I can make my own. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. It takes up less space. I don't have to have the cans or the cartons in the pantry. You just have the 1 jar Better Than Bouillon in the fridge once you open it, and it's done. And it has a really great flavor. But since I did the chicken in there, there's no sense in letting it go to waste. I can use it for future meals, to flavor things, saute things up in a pan, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna let that cool down, and then I'm gonna throw it in some sort of plastic container if I can find one, and put it in, or maybe even I'll put it in gallon bags. I don't know. I have to figure out. I don't know if I have any plastic containers, but I'm gonna try and figure it out and put it in the freezer so I have it for next time. So I'm just chopping up my chicken and tossing it in my Alfredo. I already have my noodles going, and then I have a big bag of peas, and I think I'm going to make up some peas for Everly to try. She's officially 6 months today. I typically like to start with organic, but I'm not going to go to the store for a couple of days, and I want her to try some solid. She hasn't had not 1 solid, and I, with the other girls, started like right before they turned 5 months with rice cereal, and about a week before they turned 6 months with veggies. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna pop some in my chicken Alfredo, some peas. Yes. So let me get this chicken chopped up and put the peas in there, let it all kind of mesh together, and this is what we are having for dinner. So for breakfast this morning, we had those eggs, the ham, and those biscuits. So that was good. For lunch, they had chicken nuggets and smoothies, which just seemed to be our go-to. They really enjoy it, and it kind of gives them a combination of all of their food groups. And Andres and I had leftovers, the sausage, like goulash type thing, leftovers from the other day. And I heated up some blackened chicken to go with it. And then, yeah, that was it. They had a snack. What did they have? Autumn had popcorn. The girls had some marshmallows. Great snack, I know. And that was it. I had some grapefruit with a teaspoon of sugar on it, just to use up the fruit that we have. We only have like, I think 1 grapefruit, 1 orange, and an apple left, which is nice. And I used up the bananas, some of the frozen fruit for their smoothie. So we're headed to the right direction. I think we're gonna be nice and empty enough for a big haul on Saturday. Okay, this is Everly's first time trying Papa. Are you looking? Oh, are you so excited, Mama? What's this, Mom? Okay. What? Oh.
He doesn't like it, Mommy.
You don't like it? This is green peas. Is it yummy? There it is. She doesn't want to open now. You like it? No, no. Oh, Mommy. Oh. She doesn't like it.
No.
Is that nasty?
I knew it would be nasty for her.
Mommy thought you loved the peas.
Oh, she got it in her nose almost.
You don't like it, baby? See, this is gross. Can you tell him to give me something else?
Here. Are you gonna give her something else?
No, we have
Do you
to
want me to
search.
wipe her face? This is a snack, right? A gross snack for her. A really gross snack. Oh, Mama. I'm sorry. She doesn't like it, Mommy.
She doesn't even want it. Oh, Mama.
I got you.
Here's why we get the same emotion.
Can y'all do something, please? Tell Mom stop giving me these peas. They're gross. Do something.
She does not like them, Mommy. Try doing the choo-choo train.
Check it. Oh. Check it.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Stop treasuring me, Barry.
Oh, Mom.
Can I please feed it?
Maybe I can barely get her to eat it.
Do the airplane, Mommy. Sour like a lemon.
Oh, Mom. Okay, we won't do. Good job, Mommy. Good job, first try. High five.
Oh, gonna have to eat them somehow. Look how many peas you got, Mommy.
Sorry, Mom. Peas are in your future.
All
done.
High five.
She literally didn't even take a spoonful. Tomorrow. We try again tomorrow.
Oh no.
High five. High five, Mom.
That was gross, isn't it? Yeah, Mom, do you give me some bananas? Okay, can you see the little circle of death there? I don't know why YouTube keeps going back and forth between allowing me to comment back and not. Yeah, I don't really know. So clearly it won't let me respond back, but the #1 question that I got was how big is the pool? The pool is 18 feet wide. So it's 18 feet all the way around. It's a circle. Hello. And it's 4 feet deep. So they actually make that same pool in an 18-foot. I think a 20-foot is the biggest, and 50. I think it's 20 feet by 52 inches is the largest that they make. So we have the one beneath that. It's 18 foot by 48 inches. So, and it's perfect. I mean, it worked out super well. And also I'm just going through reading all of the comments. The next thing was that we got a lot of questions about filling the pool. And so in the vlog that I'm uploading right now, I do talk about eventually putting the double hose, but we called our local fire department and they don't, apparently that's like a myth or something. They don't come and fill pools, at least not in this area, not even for a fee or donation. I read online that some places will take a donation. Ours did not. And actually, I'm really surprised at the amount of comments on this vlog and how many are like people I've never seen comment before. A lot of you had great ideas about certain things, and I really appreciate the feedback. I know I can always count on you for ideas, and we ended up using one of them when we put the ugly orange bucket in there, but a lot of you suggested, in case, you know, any of you guys are curious about this, a lot of you guys suggested twine, or most of it was just like twine or leaves like wrapped around, fake garland type of thing wrapped around. Some people thought the flowers would look tacky. I think that's, you know, your opinion. I don't know. I'm gonna put flowers in the pot, in the planter. That's why we put the soil in it. So totally cool if our, you know, opinions don't match. It's our house. That's the beauty of it. I think it'll look just fine. I don't know if I'm going to end up painting the PVC pipe with the bug zapper, which, oh, another thing, the bug zapper is from Amazon. And I think it was around $50 because I got the larger one. So I wanted it to cover more area. Some people were talking about like the mosquitoes and stuff with the pool. And actually I think there's just a couple of people coming out of the woodworks about stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what happened on this vlog, where all these random people came from. Yeah, I'm not sure. A couple people asked about the belt that Andres wears. Yes, it is his hernia belt. So, I mean, technically you could use like any kind of thing to like suck you in and support you, but his is specifically a hernia belt. He wears it over his clothes because it's just more comfortable, especially if he's working outside and he's sweating. I got that question a couple times. So it has like a patch that goes over the hernia that supports it, and then you put the belt over it. So he's been wearing that faithfully when he does stuff. And you know, oddly enough, his hernia does not bother him. It's just not, for him, it's not aesthetically pleasing. And of course, having a hernia is not good. You don't want that. A hernia, if you don't know what a hernia is, it's a separation in your muscle in that area, and your intestines are poking out. That's what a hernia is, especially in your umbilical area. And so he just doesn't like the way that it looks, but it doesn't actually bother him. So I force him to wear his belt a lot because I don't want anything else to happen. We already had enough complications in the last year about it. Somebody asked like why we didn't put the pool back further. So we have trees in that back area, and we didn't want them to be too close to the trees because of the leaves. And you'll see the crepe myrtle sheds. It's actually blooming now, so it sheds quite a bit, and we didn't want to have the leaves from the neighbor's backyard. Like, we didn't want it to be too much falling off into the pool, because I had thought, we tried to go back as far back as we could. Once we actually set the pool up, I actually did tell Andres we probably could have gone back a couple more feet and to the side a couple more feet, but it's fine. We knew we were gonna lose that part of the backyard regardless, because it's such a big pool. If we weren't prepared to lose that, we should have got a smaller one, you know. Oh, somebody asked about the scratches on my hand. So Nin, they're actually healing very nicely, but Nin has a new kitten that she was stuck underneath. She wasn't stuck, she was a little jittery and underneath the sofa. Nin couldn't get her out, so when we went to go drop off her truck that other day, I got her out, and in doing so she got me pretty good. So not from Lola or the pool. I actually did not have any injuries from the pool. My body was sore from working that much and lifting stuff, things that I wasn't used to doing, but I didn't have any injuries. And Lola knows better than to scratch me like that. And so the ladder, a couple people asked about the ladder as well. I was a little worried about the ladder. I'm probably the largest person that would get on it, I'm sure, in my family, anybody that would come over. So I knew if it would hold me, it would hold anybody else that would get in the pool. And it's a little rickety, but it gets the job done. We definitely are looking into more heavy duty ones. The pool lights, I can tell some people did not watch to the end. They just look at like the picture or something. They didn't watch to the end. When I was talking about the lights over the pool, we haven't removed them. They're not plugged in. We're still trying to figure out where exactly we're going to put them, and you guys gave a lot of great suggestions. So we're just kind of looking at the best possible thing. I honestly don't know, because they already are outdoor lights, if it's a problem. It's an electrical point, so I feel like that's more of it. If they were to fall in the pool on that and we were in it, that would be the issue. So we're definitely moving them. We just haven't quite figured out how or where. So for right now, they're just sitting there, but they're not plugged in. And I would say pools, I'm learning, are definitely more than just the pool. You're like, oh great, I got the pool and the pump for like 500 bucks. That's an awesome deal. Yeah, well, there are definitely more things that go into it that you don't think of in the beginning. You can probably hear Andres, he's watching wrestling in there asleep, so you can probably hear him snoring, but there's definitely a lot more cost that goes into it, so be wary of that and do some research before. We're going to Costco on Saturday, so I'm definitely going to look at the outdoor storage bin. Somebody said they got one for $99. That's a great deal. Let me see, any other questions I'm missing? Thank you guys so much for all the love and all of the communication. I actually got a lot of messages on Instagram with suggestions and pins from Pinterest, pictures. It's amazing to me how quick you guys are at communicating. It's so awesome. This is a good question about having like grass and leaves, dirt coming off of your feet. So that's one reason why we're moving the stairs to the front of the pool, like where the patio is, and we're putting step stones to it, because yes, in the back we did notice, even just taking off your shoes, there's nothing but dirt and sand back there, and taking them off and getting in and out of the pool, we did have dirt in the pool. Now of course in a large pool like that, it's not as big of a deal as when you have a smaller pool, but yeah, it is a problem. So with the mulch, we're putting it around the step stones. So this, as long as the stones don't have too much mulch or anything on it, it should be okay, but we'll see. It's kind of a learning process. I also, lots of you left the suggestion about a dish pan full of water at the bottom of the stairs to like swish off your feet before you get in and out. That's a great deal. I saw that idea. I think I said it. That's a great deal. I saw that as a hack on Pinterest. Pinterest has it all, you guys, all. And Tams. Yeah, so we actually, what we've been doing instead of removing the ladder is we've been putting it in the pool. Like, it's not, we don't plan on getting one that isn't removable, because we had thought about doing like a permanent deck or something, but we're not doing that at this time, especially having little ones. So what we've been doing, at least the last few days that it's been set up with water, is instead of leaving the ladder accessible, or taking it out and possibly any of them being able to, Emmy can swim, Maddie can stand, so I'm not worried about them as much. Not that an accident couldn't happen. I'm mostly worried about Autumn, because she can't swim without her floaty. She's not strong enough to get the ladder and put it over the pool, but just in case something happened, we actually put the ladder in the pool. So, and there's nothing around for her to be able to get to the pool, and I do not plan to have them outside without me supervising them anyway. We've already talked a lot about pool safety, because that was a huge concern for me. We watched Total Bellas, and I don't know if you guys saw that episode where Nicole has a pool in her yard, and Bree was like, nope, you need signs, you need a gate. I don't want Birdie coming over here and thinking it's okay and fall in the pool or whatever. That's like my worst nightmare. Drowning is a fear of mine, and I'm an awesome swimmer, so I don't even want to think, I don't even want to fathom what would happen if Autumn were to get in without her floaty, without an adult there. You know, I just don't even want to think about it. So we're taking every precaution possible to make sure that's not even a possibility for her. So but yeah, I definitely appreciate that concern, because I feel like that's a number one. If you have a pool, you need to talk about safety, and even just talking about it's not enough. Taking that action of making sure it's not going to happen is better. Oh, interesting. In Australia, you have to have a pool fence, even in an above ground pool. That's interesting. I know if we had an underground pool, 100%, we would be getting a pool fence, a locked pool fence. Like, that's not, I already told Andres, I was like, that's not even something I would consider not having. But with an above ground pool, I'm curious, you have to have a pool fence around that too. Okay, and so a couple of people actually talked about floodlights. We have 2 floodlights that we were gonna put up. I don't know if you've ever noticed on the patio, there's like a yellow wire hanging down. It's not connected to electricity, because Andres disconnected it to connect it to floodlights, but he was going to run the cable on the outside of the house instead of within like where the sheetrock and the shingles mix. And at the time I was like, no, I don't really want a ugly yellow cable running on the side of the house. And so when he was cleaning out his shed, he pulled out the 2 floodlights that we were going to put up. And he was like, maybe I should just put these up. And I said, yeah, maybe you could. So he's actually been looking at that. So we'll see. And that bucket today was heavy, but for the 2 of us, like I could barely move it by myself, but with the 2 of us, it really didn't feel that heavy. So we moved it and it was nice. And you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for all of the kind comments. I'm just like reading through all of these. And you guys are amazing. So I think I pretty much got to all of the questions from the vlog on the 1st. And thank you guys for all of the birthday wishes for my Henny Bunny as well. Look at this, it's crazy. It's still sitting there thinking. 15 minutes later, after I was already talking about the comments with you guys, it's still sitting there thinking. So I don't know what's going on. I will try. This one was just a little bit longer because there was 150 comments on this vlog, which is that's outside of my norm. I feel like I normally get, you know, anywhere from like 30 to 50, 60. It's like usually 30, 40 comments. Every once in a while I'll get one that's like a lot of suggestions or something and it goes to the triple digits, but that's very unlike my vlogs. So I don't know, this one just in particular was a lot more questions and suggestions and stuff. I just wanted to talk about it in this vlog because like I said, I've been trying to interact with you guys more, and I hope you notice and I hope you enjoy that. I guess if you don't, sorry. But I wanted to make it known that I am reading them. I just don't know what is going on with YouTube. So anyway, I'm getting June 2nd's vlog up. I am 2 days behind in vlogging, but I will get caught up eventually. I'll skip a day here or there and I'll get caught up eventually. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the vlogs. I know today was just a pretty chill day and it was mostly like me talking, answering questions, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm going to head to bed. Tomorrow's going to be super fun. In the morning we're having somebody come and lay grass in our front yard because our front yard is like no grass. I mean, you guys have seen it. It's like dirt and mostly rocks. So we're having this landscaping company come and kind of redo our whole front yard with St. Augustine grass, which will be a lot better for the grass because the big tree we have up front, we had Bermuda, and if you know anything about grass, which I don't know a ton, but I know that Bermuda does not do well in shady areas. And the tree in our front yard, because our front yard is so small, the tree is so big, it literally shades the entire front yard all day, no matter the time of day. So we're getting St. Augustine so that it'll stay alive. It's pretty much what it boils down to. And then my brother Melissa and the boys are coming over to hang out, which will be super exciting. The boys' last day of school was today, and they're going to come and swim with us. So that should be fun. We haven't been able to hang out with anyone or do anything. And yeah, we've all continued to stay quarantined as much as we can. So we're just, you know, packing it in and hanging out with family. That's what we've been doing, and that's what we'll continue to do safely, and just move on from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the question and answer today. If you guys want me to continue to answer questions like this in the future, let me know, and I'll try and get to at least like the most popular ones that have been asked and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.